Hey guys, this is Liam, aka Blue Marker here, and today I'm going to do a review on an artist that I've been asked to do for about some time ago, and now I am going to do it. Today I am going to be reviewing the progressive rock band Pink Floyd. So let me tell you guys about Pink Floyd. So Pink Floyd has done music in the mid and late 60s, in the 70s, and the 80s. So let's go through the songs and the albums. The first songs that they did are Arnold Lane and See Emily Play, and their first successful studio album was The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, and that album, along with the first two songs that I mentioned, came out in 1967. Note, I have never heard those two songs or anything from that album, so I don't really know what to say. But the album I know really well is The Dark Side of the Moon, which came out in 1973, and it has tracks like Speak to Me, Breathe, Time, Money, Us and Them, Brain Damage, and Eclipse. Now, when I hear these songs on the radio, Speak to Me and Breathe are often played together. Same deal with Brain Damage and Eclipse. So, yeah. And I feel like Brain Damage works the best with this album because it has the lyrics Dark Side of the Moon in it. So, yeah, that would be what I would think would be the best song from that album. So, yeah. And then the album that came after that would be Wish You Were Here from 1975. And it has a couple songs that I know really well, like Have a Cigar and Wish You Were Here. And the one I know most is Wish You Were Here, obviously. And I think I have heard Have a Cigar before, but if you guys remember, I reacted to Wish You Were Here, like about a month ago or so, but yeah, that would be my favorite from that album. And then the next album is Animals from 1977, which I'm not very familiar with that album, nor the songs from that album, so yeah. And then we move to The Wall from 1979. It has Another Brick in the Wall, The Happiest Days of Our Lives, Young Lust, Hey You, and Comfortably Numb. And if you remember a couple months ago, I also did a reaction to Comfortably Numb. And and then on the radio, same deal with some of the songs from Dark Side of the Moon. They play The Happiest Days of Our Lives and Another Brick in the Wall together. Typically, generally speaking, part two of Another Brick in the Wall, to be specific. So, yeah, I think if I would have to say Another Brick in the Wall would be my favorite from that album, but if I were to pretend that it isn't, I would say Comfortably Numb. Yeah. And then we move to the 80s, where they released one album, A Momentary Lapse of Reason, in 1987, and they released Learning to Fly. And I have heard that song on my classic rock station played a few times, and it's pretty good in my opinion, so yeah. And then in the 90s, they released The Division Bell, and I do not know any songs from that album, nor the album itself, so yeah. But anyway, let me just give out my opinion on the band itself, and I'll tell you what my favorite album is. Pink Floyd, I think it's one of the best progressive rock bands ever, in my opinion. Even though, even though I didn't really have any idea that they performed in the 60s, I may have heard about it at one point, but I mostly knew those songs from the 70s. So, yeah, Pink Floyd, pretty legendary, and my favorite album would be The Dark Side of the Moon, because I have a poster of The Dark Side of the Moon. You just can't see it as it's on the other side of the room, but yeah, Dark Side of the Moon would have to be my favorite. So, yep, thumbs up to Pink Floyd for being legendary like any other rock band. So, I guess this concludes the video. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. This is me, over and out.